While Sears is getting support from President Donald Trump.
9 to 42, 9 to 42%, and the governor's race. That poll was done between October 6th and 14th, around the same time as the governor's debate in Norfolk. But the Attorney General's race saw more significant movement, with incumbent Jason Miyares now ahead of Jay Jones after the release of those 2022 text messages.
Developing now, 4 juveniles are seriously hurt after a crash in King William County. Details are limited at this time, but here's what we know. Called to King William Road after a Dodge Caravan and a Nissan Versa crashed around 8 a.m. The 4 juveniles in the Nissan were seriously hurt and are now in the hospital.
How you doing, Jennifer? Welcome to the live, Jennifer.
We're still working to learn what led up to this crash. Again, this is a story. Stay with us on air and online at WRIC.com for updates.
Thank you for the thumbs up, for the likes, Jennifer.
In Petersburg, city leaders are working towards rehabilitation, but it comes with a cost. At tonight's city council meeting, Petersburg leaders voted to raise residents' water and sewer rates by 9.5%. That translates to about $7.50 more each month. It's all to help fund the city's $73 million capital improvement plan, which aims to improve infrastructure over the course of 5 years. We know how some of that money will shake out. $9.5 million will go towards stormwater-related projects. Another $8.5 million will go towards water utility improvements, and more than $27 million for wastewater improvements. The approved water and sewer rate increase goes into effect on January 1st, 2026. For in-depth details on those projects, find this article on our website, WRIC.com. And I'm now joined by Storm Tracker 8 Chief Meteorologist Matt DiNardo. And Matt, you remember that Petersburg and the Tri-Cities area.
It was unreal. It started about 8 o'clock at night, and it kept pouring and pouring and pouring. And before the night was over, some areas picking up between 10 to 12 inches. It's going on. You can see by for real-time radar. There's a quick little sprinkle there in western.
How you doing, Jennifer? Well, good. I'm glad you got 2 trains today, Jennifer.
Sprinkles out toward the Shenandoah Valley and a few north of Fredericksburg, but nothing too great. We are going to continue to see this weather system slide through, and then behind it we'll have clearing skies by tomorrow morning and a beautiful day tomorrow, although a bit breezy. Here we go. Right now, thanks. Happening now, day 21 of the federal shutdown. Today, Senate Republicans gathered at the White House to launch this budget drive. Meanwhile, the House has now been out of session for more than a month. House Speaker Mike Johnson holding firm in his decision to keep the House out of session until the government is reopened.
And this year, Richmond's annual restaurant week carries added weight as many families continue to feel the financial strain from the ongoing shutdown.
It is the 24th year bringing the community together while offering discounted meals at local eateries. And this news reporter Sarah Molina joining us live in Richmond tonight to tell us how this tradition is helping feed those in need. Sarah, good evening.
Eric, good evening to you. That's right. Twice a year, local restaurants come together for Richmond Restaurant Week, donating a portion of their proceeds to Feed More, which is a nonprofit dedicated to fighting food insecurity across Central Virginia. Now, officials with Feed More tell me that this week's efforts come at a crucial time as they've seen an increase in families seeking help while the government shutdown continues. At Acacia Midtown, chefs are preparing for Richmond Restaurant Week with 27 local eateries offering this deal, a 3-course prefix menu. So you have choices within each of those courses, and it's $35.25. Richmond is a very charitable city. Lee writes her from this event 24 years ago. She says a portion of every meal goes to Feed More, a nonprofit fighting food insecurity. And this year,
A lot of these people are people that have been working, and they have been, getting by, but now that you miss a paycheck, they can't get by.
Community engagement manager Christy Dalton says Feed More has already seen more people seeking help than normal over the past few weeks. With the ongoing government shutdown leaves many without pay.
There's a lot going on right now, and we have been part of the community for a while, so we've seen this before.
She says previous shutdowns brought similar spikes, but they expect demand to be especially heightened within the next 30 days as families who are still unpaid begin to run out of food.
Luckily, the restaurant week is heading at a great time because it's a
$45.25 from every 3-course meal sold during the week. Working in restaurants, we feed people every day. Now, for a full list of Richmond restaurants participating this week, you can find that on WRIC.com. Live in Richmond tonight, I'm Sarah Molina, the news.
Sarah, thanks. And we know Northern Virginia is home to more than 175,000 federal workers who are still stuck on furlough. Our affiliate in D.C. spoke to a worker who did not want to be identified for fear of retaliation. She works for the Small Business Administration, and she's worried about her car bill being out at. For now, she has signed up for the Business Clear Assistance Program with Navy Federal Credit.
Sat down. For the latest, scan the QR code and figure on the side of the screen. Ahead, or here on 8 News at 11. We're learning more about the deadly Saturday house fire in Chesterfield County. Tonight, details of this sticky situation and the suspect's alleged intentions.
You're watching 8 News at 11. We are covering the news where you live.
So stay right where you are as Matt Harris and
I want to let you know I got it.
Being a part of the humor team has been an incredible experience. Autumn and Delaney, they have so much knowledge of the Central Virginia area and so friendly, very inviting, and what you see on air is what you're getting in real life.
8 News is taking action to honor our veterans. Thursday at 5. See how the Mighty Finn Project helps them heal and find their voice through writing. Veterans Voices, proudly sponsored by Welcome Home Financial Partners.
Leslie Meta wants more high-rise apartments in Chesterfield, crowding our streets, jamming our roads, and making life. She wants to put men and girls' sports and women's locker rooms, and she'll remove school resource officers from schools, making our kids less safe. Her agenda is too extreme for us. Mark Early will defend our community, stand up for girls, and protect our kids.
I'm Mark Early, candidate for delegate, and my campaign sponsored this ad.
Style. Another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus 100 total value on the Sierra 1500 model. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $4,500 purchase allowance.
I'm Winston Sears, candidate for governor, and I'm sponsored this ad. Jay Jones says he wants to put 2 bullets in a political opponent. Jones says he hopes an opponent's children die. Now, Spanberger continues to support Jones. An attorney general who will stand up for the people.
Guess who's responsible for the money to clean it up? You are. So, not really a good idea. And the same fire weather conditions could persist into Thursday, meaning low humidity, a bit of a breeze, and temperatures in the 60s. It's all really good for fire to take off. Hey, tropical storm Melissa as of 11 o'clock, 50-mile-per-hour winds. Look at the newest path here. It gets very close to the west side of Jamaica by Sunday as a Category 1 hurricane, but some of our models, even stronger than that, suggesting the possibility of a Category 2 or Category 3 storm. Uh-oh, this is going to be something to watch. In the meantime, again, we're looking at a quiet...
Still got in that fashion now. Huh?
We get into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're talking gorgeous weather all the way through the weekend and beyond. And we'll see you there. No, we're back with you. It's the
Welcome back,
South
Jeffrey.
rivalry. Virginia and North Carolina to square off this Saturday in Chapel Hill.
after finally leading to justice 12 years after the night that changed her life. Sharon Keeler speaking exclusively to us about confronting her attacker.
Jimmy Kimmel. What was your real name? James Christian Kimmel. You think this is a name I chose?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC.
I'm Kimberly Pope Adams, candidate for delegate, and I sponsored this ad.
I told you Kim Taylor's all about Kim Taylor. And that'll never change.
Anytime, Jeffrey.
Specifically help her business, she's still cashing in. That $200,000 taxpayer, Kimberly Pope Adams. Thank you for being here for the News Nation Town Hall. I want to know where you get your information. Where do those facts come from? News Nation Special Report. News Nation is the first inside.
News Nation was the first to get this exclusive access.
You gotta know as much as you can know.
News Nation allows us be different. The idea of playing to just one side, no, that's not a tie.
That's what made it so fantastic.
Ravensmill.com.
You might be a committed Democrat or a hardcore Republican, but if a carjacker comes for you, he won't check your bumper sticker first. We need an attorney general who protects everyone. My opponent, Jay Jones, he's a partisan politician who imagines the murder of his opponents. He's reckless and unhinged. I'm a prosecutor. Justice is my profession. That's the only job I do. I'm Jason Yaras, candidate for Attorney General. I sponsor this ad.
Need credit? Come and get it. When other dealers say no, South Richmond Jeep and Ram in Prince George says yes, yes, you are approved. Bankruptcy? No problem. Divorce? No problem. Bad credit? No credit? It's okay. You are approved with a guaranteed credit approval program at South Richmond Jeep and Ram. Don't let slow, bad, or no credit stop you. We've got millions to loan. Our goal is 100% credit approval. Question today or call the credit approval hotline now for your VIP appointment. Guaranteed credit approval is in full effect at the all-new South Richmond Jeep and Ram. Best in town, best around.
From design
All right, I'm gonna
products to removal and installation, Rebap is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebap.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel. I'm Carrie Coiner. I'm a small business owner and a mom of 3. I think improving education for our children and keeping our community safe. These issues are personal to me. That's why I'll always work to find solutions for all of us. I'm Delegate Carrie Coiner, and I'd be honored to have your vote.
Virginia versus North Carolina.
All right.
Everyone, I'm Nolan Knight. This Saturday at noon, the Cavaliers and Tar Heels will be facing off in Chapel Hill with bragging rights on the line. Cavaliers ranked 16th in the country, their highest ranking in the game since the 2004 season. Here in 2025, things look very different. UNC is now coached by NFL legend Bill Belichick, and they are really struggling, according to head coach Tony Elliott. That just means that their backs are against the wall, and it makes them even more dangerous.
If their backs against the wall, it's fight or flight, right? And I don't think they're going to fight. I think they're going to go hard to do, but you got to block out the noise.
As for the Big Tech Hokies, they will be in action on Friday in Blacksburg as Cal comes to town for a matchup under the lights at Lane Stadium. It's been rough sledding for the Hokies, but they are coming off of a much-needed bye week. That bye
Week, and then trying to not only help them from a fundamental and a technique and a schematic standpoint, but then also just physically helping them try to get as healthy as they could possibly get.
Hey, talking a little VCU hoops, the Rams less than 2 weeks away from the first official game under head coach Phil Martelli Jr. And this Sunday, they'll actually host Fairfield for their final exhibition game of the year. But one of my favorite things that has come out of this all season actually happened during their last exhibition game, as before their matchup against Villanova in Philadelphia, the Rams stopped by Phil Martelli's old home to have dinner with both of Coach Martelli's parents, and what was a special moment for both Martelli's senior athletes.
My mom always did that for his kids. She always hosted the dinner right before the season, really right before the start of practice. And that was always a special thing. She loved doing that. So when she called me a couple weeks ago and said, hey, I have an idea, depending on your timeline and all that, it would work. And it's perfect.
Coach Martelli even said that they were able to celebrate his son's birthday at his parents' house. Pretty cool behind the scenes moment. That was for sports tonight.
Accelerate your entries all October long. Then join us October 25th for your chance to win a 2025 Dodge Charger. Earn entries daily. Are you ready?
I was a nurse practitioner at Planned Parenthood for years, so it's frustrating to see MAGA extremist David Owen fighting to
I had to give it.
even when a mother's life is at risk. Owen also promoted a fake pregnancy center. Doctors call these places unethical and dangerous because he stopped women from getting proper medical care. David Owen has no business representing us. I'm Nina Barr, candidate for delegate, and I sponsor this ad.
Wait, you gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
No. Venus, it's a flu vaccine you give yourself.
Yeah, at home. You do what at home?
Flu Miss Home. What? Flu Miss Home. A vaccine delivered to your home? Yes.
You give yourself a shot? No, it's in this I forgot my nose. My mom does.
What? Yeah, it's the same flu vaccine you get at the doctor's and pharmacy.
So easy. Even you can do it, Chief.
Flu Mist is a nasal spray flu vaccine for people aged 2 to 49. Don't get Flu Mist if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, eggs, or to other flu vaccines. Do not give Flu Mist to children or adolescents taking aspirin therapy. Tell your healthcare provider about all your medical conditions, including asthma, wheezing, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, and about all the medicines you take. Runny or stuffy nose, sore throat, or fever may occur.
So I can order Flu Mist online. Yeah, just go get your phone.
Get flu protection without the injection. Order at flumist.com.
This election, Jason Miyares is the only candidate that has Trump's complete and total endorsement. No one has done more for Trump's agenda, pushing for a Virginia abortion ban. Jason Miyares is Trump's attorney, not ours.
I'm Jay Jones, running to be Virginia's attorney. And that's why I sponsored this segment. Now's the time for a great deal on the new home. Demanding stock. From the Kelly Blue Book Best Value Ranking, right now, you can get a $349 per month lease or 2.99% APR on 2026 CRV all-wheel drive elements. Greed, money, power. It's all in the game for corrupt politicians like Name the Bar, alleged co-conspirator to the largest insider trading ring in history. $8 million in dirty profits. Navarre's own lawyers admit she lied.
Gaming Emporium, home of the largest jackpots in Virginia, and where just one spin could change your life. Check out these recent jackpot wins. You could be next. Every spin is a chance to claim a legendary win at Rosie's Gaming Emporium. Are you ready?
All right, maybe a quick sprinkle tonight. Otherwise, we're looking at clearing skies overnight. Beautiful day tomorrow, 68 sunshine. Be mindful, it will be a bit breezy tomorrow. Again, it's not a day to burn. It's a fire weather day tomorrow. We're looking at gorgeous weather Thursday. Thursday night and Friday, 39 exact. Could be some scatter frost north and west. Friday, another great day, 64. Saturday, mid-60s. We stay in the low to mid-60s all the way through next week with partly sunny skies looking really good.
And it's really nice day, like spring meets fall. So we got cold and
Yeah, well, get ready for Thursday night, Friday morning. Yeah. All we gotta do is
News where you live with Autumn Childress. Weekdays on Good Morning Richmond.
As a former U.S. Marshal
and as a prosecutor and former police,
I'm disappointed to see Mark Earp vote against bipartisan funding for law enforcement.
against funding for officers who stop violent crime.
Leslie Mehta is different.
Leslie will work with both parties to do what's right.
And I sponsored this ad.
Haley's Spooktacular Savings Sale is going on now.
And the deals were so good, they're scary.
That's right, 10 different makes. It's going to be hard to pick which car you want. So come see us at any of our 11 locations or visit HaleyAuto.com today.
Haley has it.
Yes, they do.
I'm Abigail Stamberger, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad. Winsome Earl Sears. And Virginia's hurting because of Trump policies that Sears backs. The cost of buying a house up 18%, renting up 14%, unemployment up 7 months in a row. And Sears says, I'm supporting what the president is doing. Sears speaks for Trump, not us. Winsome Earl Sears, so far right, she's wrong for Virginia.
Tasha is crushing it. And with shout-outs in the Wells Fargo app, she knows if she's crushing her savings goals too. However you make money work, you can work with that.
You know, some companies try to entice you with big-name celebrities, silly props. But not.
This election, Jason Miyares is the only candidate that has Trump's complete and total endorsement. No one has done more for Trump's agenda in Virginia than Jason Miyares. Workers fired, prices soaring, healthcare slashed, and Jason Miyares cheers along, even pushing for a Virginia abortion ban. Jason Miyares is Trump's attorney, not ours.
I'm Jason, running to be Virginia's attorney general, and that's why I sponsored this ad.
Nissan trucks and SUVs are built for next level adventure. Too much beer? Dirt? Rock? Sand? Get in a Nissan truck or SUV and feel unstoppable. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get 5,000 customer cash on Pathfinder, or get 0% APR financing for 60 months on select popular models. As a mom and 30-year educator, I help students build a better life. Then, as a state senator,
He's an outlet for guys like me, expanding apprenticeships and technical training.
so we can get good-paying jobs, whether you go to college or not.
And as our next lieutenant
You're
governor,
welcome
The dollars
anytime,
will protect our
Jennifer.
wages and health care, so we can get ahead.
for most politicians, talk is cheap, but with Gazala, nobody's working harder for us.
8 Sports, the most exciting sports coverage on air and online. From Brooklyn, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Stephen Colbert and Jeremy. And music from Renee Rush. With Clear and Paquito. And now, Jimmy Kimmel. Beautiful Brooklyn Academy of Music in Brooklyn, New York. My fellow late night host Stephen Colbert is here with us. It's the show the FCC doesn't want you to see. We're doing something fun tonight. We're doing something unprecedented tonight. I think it's unprecedented. I did not bother to check. Tonight, Stephen is a guest on our show. I will simultaneously be a guest on his show. We thought it might be a fun way to drive the president back on the air. And this is the sign that is up now. It says, now do Colbert. People of LA and New York have spoken. Right, Guillermo? Where's Guillermo? Guillermo? We count them up, and if we still have more than half of them, we consider it to be a success. Tonight, I don't know if you're watching the game. Tonight is game 1 of the American League Wild Card Series. And the Red Sox, 2 bitter rivals, New York versus Boston, 2 great American cities. The winner goes on to the divisional series. Loser gets invaded by the National Guard. We're also moments away from a government shutdown, which is just great. Democrats want Republicans to agree to continue funding the Affordable Care Act, whereas Republicans want to use that money to add crab legs to the omelet station at Mar-a-Lago. Trump is threatening to make irreversible cuts if there's a shutdown, which, you know what, I was recently the victim of a government shutdown. They are reversible, I will tell you that. As of tomorrow, active duty members of the military and National Guard will be required to serve without pay, so they must have been especially thrilled to be called to a mandatory meeting with our Secretary of War last weekend and summoned to Quantico for a pep talk with Pete.
Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the border. In other words, to our enemies, FAFO.
He's so awesome, you know? It's FAFO Sports Car. That was some speech. Usually when a big group of people gather in a room for Pete Hegseth, it's an intervention. But this was a no-mercy type of affair. Hegseth said, we're getting rid of DEI in the military. We're getting rid of dudes in dress.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country.
Donald Trump actually said our new military will bring back new focus on fitness. I love the idea that Trump is lecturing these guys on fitness. I mean, if that isn't the fondue pot calling the kettle fat, I don't know what is. Listen up, generals. I want to make something very clear. The Pillsbury Dope president wants you to do Pilates. Fit the circulation. Fantasy is more powerful than reality in this magosphere we live in, which meant it was time for our commander-in-chief burger to weigh in on one of the most pressing issues our military faces today: unattractive battleships.
You know, in the Second World War, there were
Bye, everybody.
we were doing a ship a day.